GN Sports Show, powered by the Calvin Air Foundation.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of the GN Sports Show with me, George Dublin.
And I'm Terry Andrew.
And in our Rising Star segment this evening, we'll be featuring two Generation Next U13 players, Ajante Williamson and Tanrique Riley, will be here in studio with us this evening to talk about their journey as young footballers in Generation Next.
Plus, also coming up, we have the volleyballers of St. Anthony's Secondary School. They're making waves in the Inter-School Volleyball League. We have Asafa Donovan, volleyball player at SASS, plus a skilled beginner, Latrell Anthony, as well, joining the show, plus their coach, Condell Maurice, just to talk about the program over at SASS.
And also we'll be featuring Dr. Rick, our resident doctor, who is going to incite us on the importance of sleep in young athletes and adult athletes also here on the show this evening.
Plus, our new feature this season, Follow the Game. We have volleyball as well. St. Anthony's Secondary School coming up against the Christ the King High School. It's all to come right here on the GN Sports Show.
Our vision is to become the premier platform for showcasing and empowering young student athletes, providing them with the tools and exposure to excel both in sports and life, while shaping the next generation of confident, media-savvy leaders. The GN Sports Show is dedicated to highlighting the talent and stories of young student athletes across all sports disciplines. We aim to equip them with vital media exposure and public speaking skills, helping them grow into confident individuals both on and off the field. Through engaging interviews, mentorship, and real-world media experiences, we strive to foster personal and professional development that supports their athletic journeys.
And welcome back to the GN Sports Show. And in studio with us for our Rising Star segment, we have two young Generation Next U13 players, Ajante Williamson and Tanrique Riley. Welcome to the studio, fellas.
Thank you for having us.
Alright, so just quickly, why y'all choose to play football? Y'all can play basketball, cricket, golf, just why football?
Because I like kicking around balls and scoring goals, sir.
You like tackle people? Yeah, man, all that in there. Tackle people too. Stop people from scoring.
And what about you, Tanrique? Why you decided to play football?
I decided to play football because my mommy was a footballer, but she didn't get to play professional football, and I want to try to do it.
You want to try to play professional football?
Wow.
Alright.
That's good. Who's your mommy?
Tashika Riley.
What they call her? She have a nickname?
Didi.
Okay, I know your mom is.
Didi?
Alright, cool.
I know who Didi is.
Alright.
So, you're a midfielder and a forward. What do you like about those positions?
I like playing midfield because I can get to run back and take and win back possession, and I can still try to shoot the ball.
Yeah, we like midfielders and attackers that run back. I mean, you're going to be a different one though. Or because you guys can go forward all the time, but getting back is the problem. But you like to get back and win back the ball. We like those deep midfielders, right, so?
We like those kind of players.
Yeah, we like those players.
Those kind of midfielders, those kind of players. If he's a striker, he wants to get back and defend, or he's a defender, wants to get forward. Yeah, any coach in the world would prefer to have him.
Yeah.
Over one that wants to play in one position.
Yeah. All right. You know what else we like around here? We like people that do well in school and do well on the football field. What school do you attend?
The Firelands Primary School.
Okay. What's your favorite subject?
I have 3 favorite subjects.
Oh, this is a new one.
We gotta get a pen.
Let us hear this. Let us hear this one. Go ahead.
We gotta get a pen, Terry. We gotta get a pen.
I like language, science,
Okay.
and maths.
Okay. 3 core. That's good.
Alright, so you like 3 subjects, but here we have a little thing going here. Everybody come here like math. Which one you like the most? Science, language, maths. Which one come first?
Language.
Language come first.
Okay.
Alright.
Attaboy. What about you, Ajante?
I attend Baptist Academy, and my favorite subject is I have 2 favorite
P.
subjects. Yes, sir.
Just checking.
Math and science.
Math and science. Okay. Well, by the time you told me the school, and you have to do your work, so I'm not even going to ask you. Do you do your homework all the time?
Yes, sir.
Before football or after football?
After football.
Okay. So you
No, sometimes I do text.
Why after football?
Because sometimes I come home and I just have to go straight to football.
Okay.
And I finish 4:15.
Okay.
Our school finish at 4:15. What time you go to school?
8 o'clock.
8
8 o'clock.
To 4:15?
8 o'clock to 4:15.
No, not every day. Only days that I have football on.
Oh, so that's Tuesdays and
Okay.
Thursdays.
Understand.
So what the regular school hours are? In the morning, 8 every morning?
Yes, sir.
And you finish 4:15, so you have different finishing times?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
alright. Now them a 3 o'clock.
No, sir.
No, 1:30, you know?
It's a serious hours there they put in there. Boy.
But that's good, man. That's good. And we like, as I told you, we like student athletes. Those that do well in the classroom and do well on the football field. All right. Do you play any other sport?
No, sir.
No other sport? No, you didn't try basketball? Nothing?
Don't think you can't swim as a sport.
It takes a lot, though. It takes a lot. You ever tried to swim a lap in a pool?
I don't swim in the pool, sir.
Oh, in the sea?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So Tanvi, you play anything else other than football?
I used to play cricket
You used to play cricket?
Yeah.
And why you stop?
because I used to like it, but I never know how to play it properly. But
Okay.
I knew how to play football better than it.
Okay.
So you just stick with the one that you know to play better. Who your favorite team on the TV?
Chelsea.
Okay.
Move to the front of the class. Move to the front of the class.
All right, Ajante.
And you?
Better you play.
Oh?
Arsenal.
Move to the back of the class. Ajante, move.
Yeah, Ajante, you go way
Right.
in the back of the class. Okay, Generation X. What you love about the practices? What you love about the coaches? We start with you, Ajante.
The coaches teach us different things that I've never learned before. Like
Okay.
different skills, techniques, everything. Basically everything to know about football.
Okay, what stood out to you most?
Defending.
Defending. Okay. Who's your coach?
Coach Sullivan,
Listen, you have one good defender. You have one good defender.
You got 2 good defenders.
Listen.
Don't do
You
that.
got 2 good coaches. You got one good defender in there. You know who's a good defender? Out of those 2? Ask them when you go. When you go to football team, ask them. All right. What about you? What do you think you improved since you've been at Generation X?
I improved in my passing because I never liked to pass. Yes.
Okay. So you learned to share the ball with your teammates. So when you were at Empire, you used to just dribble on the pass.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell Sam. I'm gonna tell Sam.
No, but maybe he used to do that because that was required of him.
No.
I believe it's that
That
way.
is never required. Never, ever. At on 11, you
Yes,
played on
of
11
course.
at Empire.
The
Yes.
rule of coaching is young kids are allowed to express themselves.
Okay.
So if he was on the 11 at the when I get to 12 and 13 now is when we start to encourage passing because you get more players on the pitch now to the one ball. But at that age, it's a 5, 6. and
Dribble.
If he had that kind of skill, allow him to express himself. Do not try to keep him back. So
Okay.
I guess
See,
that's why he used to do that.
I told you guys got a good coach. See, let me understand that part. I'm learning too. So he's one of my coaches as well. So I'm learning just like you guys are learning. All right.
Yeah, but back to the quiz. Because I want to know. So,
Good.
who is your favorite player in Arsenal team?
Soccer.
What do you like about soccer?
Basically everything, the skills that you perform during the matches
Uh-huh.
and how he attacks. Basically.
One defender per Arsenal team. One. You sure you're defender, Ajante?
Who's the only one?
I can't remember at the time.
You can't remember the time. I really don't know none either on Arsenal team.
Don't worry them.
But my favorite defender is Van Dijk on Liverpool.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one to emulate.
What's good about that, Terry?
That's a good one to emulate. Listen, nowadays people blowing past him, but
People blowing past the ball.
but he was solid for club and country maybe 2 seasons ago,
Terry.
and nobody said anything.
Terry.
When he was in the Ballon d'Or race, and people thought that he should have won it. Ajante, that's a good defender.
No, that's a defender. That's
Don't worry,
coward.
Don't worry.
Ajante,
That's a good defender.
I can tell you one defender need to go on Google, and when I Google that defender, said that defender never run for nobody in life, in his whole life, right? George Saw Dublin, right? Google that defender.
That's a good defender too. I'm telling you, and that's the best defender out of the 2 coaches you told me about. Out of the 2 coaches you told me about.
Ajante, listen, right? I was always the smallest defender, and I was always given the biggest player to mark. You know why? Because my heart is as big as the biggest player I have to mark. Don't worry, we hear Van Dijk. Van Dijk just run from everybody right through. That's what Van Dijk does. But he's a good Different. Once you go Van Dyke going next week. And you know that too, Terry.
And of course, where you guys want to go in football? I want to start with you.
I want to go to England and make it pro.
Yeah. You trying to do this through scholarships, through school, or
School scholarship.
through scholarship? What about you? I know you want to be a professional. You told us that because your mommy didn't make it, so you want to be the one in the family to make it. What pathway are you trying to take? School, or you're just that good? Scott's going to see you and say, "Hey, I'll go walk with Tanweek right now."
I'm just that good.
I like it, Terry. I like that.
All right, I like your confidence. I like your
I
confidence.
saw him at the combine a couple of weeks ago, and he has potential. To be honest,
Okay.
he has some potential.
That's okay. Anyway, so your parents are here. Are your parents encouraging you to stay in football and stay in school?
Well,
Yes, sir.
then I have encouraged you to send your school,
And they-
send your Baptist.
Okay, yes, sorry.
Send your Baptist, Terry.
Let's X that question out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, the extra one.
Football. How would they encourage you in football?
They encourage me because my mom used to tell me, oh, I should try and go to a combine, but I was nervous and I never wanted to go.
You were nervous. Okay. You got that butterflies. What you thought? You thought you're not good enough?
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. That's not the attitude. Anyway, so let's say you scored an own goal. What's the ride home like with your father?
Nothing really.
He didn't say anything? He not gonna say anything?
What's the ride home like with your mother?
What's the ride home like with your mother? Nothing?
So you can score a goal every week and just go comfortable.
Oh, you can do anything crazy on that field out there.
I just go home comfortable.
I just go home comfortable. Just like that. They're not gonna say anything.
Sometimes my mom will say something. I said do better sometimes.
Okay.
Your father don't say nothing.
Okay.
Well, I guess your father is one of the fathers that let you learn from your own mistakes.
Okay.
You know, sometimes that works.
What about you? When you let's say you don't score enough goals or you don't score a goal at all, what's the ride home like with your parents?
They won't do anything.
Oh, they won't say, hey, you should kick with your left foot instead of your right foot. Why didn't pass the ball? George, Ajante was in a better position. They don't say those things?
No.
Okay, all right. So I guess, go ahead.
Only sometimes.
Like what? What would they say?
And I would say, why you never just kick the ball to them because they would have the better opportunity.
Okay. All we're looking for, we're just wondering if your parents stress you out when you, we were talking about parents stressing their children to be that professional at a young age at the time, and don't give you time to go. So we were just wondering if your parents stress you guys out in the car and you're like, "Man, I'll come back to football no more." In that sense. But you guys, maybe you guys parents are, I guess, encouraging you through the journey. All right. We've been talking to Tanweek Riley and Ajante Williamson from the Generation Next youth squads. Of course, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back with more here on the GN Sports Show. Welcome back. You're watching the GN Sports Show, and with us in studio is two volleyball players from the St. Anthony's Secondary School, Latrell Anthony and Asafa Donovan. Let me tell you about Asafa Donovan. He is the junior nominee for Sportsman of the Year for volleyball, and he's in the house with us, of course. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the GN Sports Show.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
All right, Donovan, let's start with you. Just casually, junior sportsman, nominee for volleyball. What does that mean to you?
To be honest, it means a lot. Last year, day before that, I was playing volleyball just for fun, really. Didn't really have any interest in going far. But after I made the national team, after I got selected to train with them, obviously I didn't think I'd make the team, but after I made it, I realized that maybe I have some kind of talent. So I decided to take it serious, and
Nice.
it's very nice to have.
Yeah, see where you are now.
Yeah.
See where you are. All right, SASS volleyball. What's happening with SASS volleyball?
Currently, we are in the lead. We have gone undefeated in our zone, which is really good.
Yeah.
We've beat Ann Academy, which was the hard team.
Yeah. Your former team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good to beat them.
Nice. And of course, your new teammates. This is your first season. This is the first season of volleyball at SASS. You told us when you were here from before the season started that you guys are going to do some damage, and I guess you're right. All right, you have Latrell with you, a teammate of Latrell. Why volleyball?
Because I want to connect with my cousin. Literally, that's it.
Oh, that's your family? You guys are family? Serious? Okay, no worries. So he brought you into volleyball or what? So is just volleyball you play?
No, I play a couple sports.
Okay, like what?
Volleyball, tennis.
Okay, good. I see tennis.
Karate, and a couple others. But the main ones are tennis, karate, and volleyball at the moment.
Okay. Does karate help with volleyball, the jumping? No?
With karate, you're doing martial arts and you're also doing a lot of exercise.
Okay.
So depending on the exercises that they have you doing, it can help with volleyball and other sports.
Okay. All right.
So, Terry, quick question, right? So Donovan Asafa, has been nominated for Young Sportsman of the Year.
Yeah, junior sportsman.
And I think if he could be,
a strong lobby.
this is what? How long in volleyball?
Third year.
This is third year. And he already made the national team. You're in the league with SASS for the first time. Yeah, don't beat the big dogs in the league. And it's difficult these days to find a young man who could just take somebody from something else or somebody just emulating you. You understand what I'm saying? You very rarely hear those kind of things. And just that achievement alone is enough for me.
And he's leading, he led Island Academy to championship honors last season. Yeah, and now he moved to SASS. I mean, he's bringing that winning culture to SASS, which is always a big deal, right?
I feel like I take him down by me to be a motivational speaker. I need somebody to motivate these young men down by me, so I could take Asafa down there and see if he could work some miracle for me.
Yeah, and he does. Listen, I was watching on the 20, was it on the 23 or senior men? I think it was senior men, and I saw a young kid came into the game, and the whole indoor stadium just erupted. So I was like, wait, who's that? You know, and they were saying that this kid that never really gets to play, and they checked him in the game, and then everybody was so happy to see that he went to the game. Then when he came here and I asked him, was that you? And then I'm seeing the features, I'm thinking, that's the same kid that, you know.
So,
but that was on the international level.
Every time, this is the second time he's here with us, and every time he comes, there's always something about him that is inspiring, something you have to take away. You know what I'm saying? Try to add to even what you are trying to do within your own thing. And I just wanted to stay positive. There's a lot of distractions in this world, but it seems like they're not getting to you.
No.
And I like that. I like that about you. I like that about you.
All right, on the GN Sports Show, we prefer student athletes. So, Lachelle, we're going to start with you. How are you balancing playing all those sports and your schoolwork?
It's quite stressful, actually. Well,
Yeah.
It's not really stressful because, like, the sports that I do, they start later in the day,
Okay.
and my school finishes at 1:30. So, like, in between 1:30 and let's say the first one is 4 o'clock, that's schoolwork time. Then
Okay.
schoolwork in the middle of the school day because I get free periods every once in a while.
Okay.
Schoolwork deal will guarantee me more time for extracurriculars in the afternoon.
Okay. If you have to choose one of those sports, which one would it be? Volleyball? Karate?
That's a tough decision.
Okay.
Because my father played tennis, so like kind of playing tennis to keep up the reputation. But at the same time, I love volleyball and I love karate. So it's a hard decision.
What about you? How are you balancing both? Because I know you're a national player. Yeah, how are you balancing both?
To be honest, right now I'm at St. Anthony's and we're at the tertiary level. It's not that difficult. Just have to make sure I do my homework. Some nights I'm not at volleyball. I'm always at volleyball, but sometimes when I have free time, I make sure I get my work done. Luckily at SASS, we have a lot of free time, so I would just like have a 2-hour a break between, so I would just do some homework, do some studying, and yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay.
Balancing. Yeah.
You see you can see yourself going all the way in the sport, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I just hear that. I heard that.
That's the plan.
3 years as a footballer is what we still call grassroots.
Yeah. Green,
Yes, I'm saying
green,
green. But you're in your third year at volleyball, and you're at the senior national level, youth national level, captain in SASS. You played a dominant part in Island Academy's dominance. you know, in the past. But which part of your game you think that you're still developing?
I mean, there are many parts of volleyball I'm developing. I think in every aspect. I haven't mastered anything yet. I'm still, you know, quite young in the sport. But right now, my weakest part in volleyball is passing, service reception. Because I play opposite, I don't have to normally pass. I'm normally out of the pass, just hitting.
Okay.
But when I play outside, sometimes they put me in to play outside because I'm one of the smarter hitters. They put me to pass, but...
Let me ask you a question. So, a pass is the man that pop the ball up for the man to fly and...
Correct.
And
set the ball.
So, let me say for some reason, the ball coming to you, but it's... Can you hit if it's high enough? Because you know sometimes I have to wait for it to come down to set somebody.
No, I don't set. So you pass first, and then they set, and then you hit. So I'm the first contact of the ball.
That's when them hit it over.
Yeah, when the ball came.
When they serve, I pass.
Oh,
set
so
up.
there's where you pass. Oh, okay. Now I get you.
So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes I mess up with the passes a bit because I haven't focused mainly on passing. As an opposite hitter, I'm normally just hitting and blocking.
What about you, Lachelle? Anything you want to improve or you want to develop?
Everything.
Volleyball? Everything?
I'm still a beginner.
You're not starting?
Basically just
First time starting properly.
Asafa must be one heck of a persuasive guy to to bring you in and kind of help you along. That's what.
Well, I started playing volleyball because he was playing volleyball.
Okay.
Like I wasn't really interested in it. Then when I started playing, I was like, oh, it's kind of fun, you know. So I just decided I'm gonna play it because you know he's good at it.
So you're still understanding the game
Yeah.
and getting your feet wet and so on.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. No, and do you guys have many players like Lachelle on your team or
No,
like beginners? Beginners.
Everybody.
Everybody
I'm the only
is.
one that had experience on the team.
so that's leadership, man. That's leadership. That's leadership.
I gotta sit up, man. I can't slow down next to you, man. I gotta sit up next to you.
Yeah, that's leadership.
I gotta
That's
sit up
leadership
next to
right
you,
there.
man. How I can slow you beside you? I feel young again, you know. I think I'm gonna make a comeback in the game. I'm gonna make a comeback. What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, of course.
You know, to be honest with you, listen, I played football as my main sport. You know, I represented the country for a number of years. I played semi-pro in Trinidad, so I was decent. I wasn't good. I was decent. And the way in which I listen to you these 2 times I've been around, you know, that is how I used to think. I think I could make anybody that follow me go anywhere, I can make them as good as me or better than me if I can. That's how I see it. And I think if I see somebody coming somewhere, like coming on a regular basis, that person wants to learn. You don't really go anywhere if you don't want to learn. That's what I'm saying. So I always look for that person to try to help, and it seems like that's what you do. But you use your skill set. So based on how good you do, it seems like you get them to follow you because they want to be as good as you are. You know, there's not much people out there. Everybody, majority of the young people that have played sports with our coach these days are always about them. You know, what they could do instead of what they could do for everybody else. And, you know, I suffer for the win.
Yeah, so, no, and that is a real good attribute. Hold you again.
I'm 17.
17, and that's a good attribute, you know, when you bring someone along. And I know the last time I asked you, you were with the 2 girls, or the girl, was you and someone else? And
Yeah, me and 2 other girls on the.
and the 2 other girls, yes. And I remember them saying, we're just following his lead. Because we don't know too much, but we're just following his lead. So, what's you and the coach's relationship like?
Well, with the boys, we're mainly like friends.
Okay.
And I think it's good because it helps the dynamics on the court. They know the boundaries of when I'm speaking to them about like serious stuff, they must listen and you know, and not be disrespectful or whatever. But they also sometimes, but they also we have the connection where we can like make jokes on the court, a lot of jokes on the court. Okay. Sometimes we forget about the actual sport, but it adds to the fun of the game. With the girls, it's more like they look up, like the guys don't really look up to me, to be honest. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the girls look up to me a lot, and I try to stay inspirational and try not to do anything stupid around them, so that you know they can only have a positive view on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
But they very, what's the word? They're very hungry to learn, but they also have they lack a lot of confidence, and we're trying to work on that.
Pre-game rituals or routines. Where did that come from? You guys have those?
You know, God is good all the time.
We always pray before our games.
Right.
We always pray before our games. We try to do a little chant before, but sometimes our energy, we're very nonchalant team, so other teams will have chants and stuff. I try to push us to have chants, but they think it's cringe.
You didn't get that one over them?
Yeah.
Listen, if you get the plane, I think get the plane first, and then maybe in this will be your only time at SAS?
No, I have another year.
You have another year?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the judge. Okay. Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Give them
Hopefully.
that. Yeah. Teach the plane first.
Yeah.
Get them comfortable in that. Win a championship, because when you win a championship now, all things are off. So yeah.
So this is your first time in the league with SAS.
Correct.
And you say you're leading your zone. Is it zone or division?
Yeah, our zone. So,
Okay, so how much zones are there in? What age group you are playing, first of all?
so there's no age group. It's just the men are just 2 zones. They split up so that we can have, because there are a lot of teams. There was
Okay.
I think there's like 10 teams, 10 schools. So they just split it up so that we can knock out each other and then come and play playoffs.
Okay.
So next week is playoffs.
So how much teams in your zone? 5.
5, correct.
Okay, so and y'all don't win 4 games, then y'all don't win the zone.
Correct.
So so how it goes now is the winner from this zone play the winner from that zone,
The top three teams from each zone will roll over to playoffs. So the last 2 will just get knocked out. Now it's round robin, so there's just 6 teams now, and everybody playing each other.
16 better each other.
Correct.
And then after that is the winner, or
After
there's
that,
something else.
After that we have semi-finals, which is the top 4 teams.
4 teams.
Okay.
And then we
okay.
have
That's how it works. Okay. I heard that there was a development league as well.
There's development, but
development.
for the girls only.
Oh, that's for
The
girls.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they say they will get the girls, but they will get the girls green, as in not sure if they want to play or not, and they have to kind of work them in. But for the boys, they say the boys will catch on real quick.
Yeah.
And
They do.
that's a good thing for you.
Great thing.
That's a good thing for you.
So in terms of the next zone, so your zone has you, Island Academy. Who else in the next 3 teams are?
It was SAS, Grammar School, OCS, which
It's comprehensive. Yeah.
Abcas, and
Island Academy.
I said okay, so Island Academy.
Island Academy. Is
Right,
it?
yeah.
And the next zone is who?
Next zone was Abyss, Abcas number 2, SNRA.
Princess Mark, we don't have a team.
No, not for men.
Okay.
I don't remember the rest of them.
Okay. All right. So the top 3 in your zone is.
Top 3 was SAS, Abcas, and Island Academy.
And the next zone, top 3 is.
SNRA, Abcas 2, and Abyss.
Yeah. So from that 6, if you have to rank y'all from that 6, rank all 6 from 1 to 6. What do you think? Your opinion.
Number 1 is SAS.
Okay.
Number 2.
I didn't expect that, but
Number 1 is SAS.
I thought you'd be a little more humble here, but all right, go on.
Be realistic. Number 1 is
Alright.
SAS. Number 2 is Island Academy. Number 3 is Abcas 1.
Abcas means what?
It's the combination of the colleges.
Yeah.
Okay,
State
cool.
College.
All right.
Abbey,
Number 4 would be SNRA. 5 Abcas 2, and 6 would be Abyss.
Okay. Abyss. All right. No problem.
So I mean, you guys thrash Abyss every time you play them, right?
Yeah, but we haven't played them this year. But last year when I played with Island Academy, Abyss got.
So right now you're 4-0.
correct.
Right now 4-0. You got 5 games more to play. It's a
Correct.
16 thing.
Correct.
So you figure by that time that 6 game done, you're gonna be 9-0.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan. Okay.
Hopefully.
So
Who comes the closest?
anyway,
Who
what's
comes the
it?
closest to beating you?
I can beat us. They're very strategic. They coach Randy. He's a really good coach. So
But you know these strategies, these plans, right?
But he knows me too. So
Okay.
So everything I know and the only thing that I can do, the coach already knows.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have to try and figure out something else. But
No, for that. But
well,
Alright, boys.
my biggest fear is our boys might get complacent, thinking like, okay, we already beat them, we can beat them again, and that's my biggest fear.
Then we blame you because you're the leader. You keep them in line here.
you should not let that happen.
You let them know, hey, this is how this works. This is SAS volleyball. I am the junior sports nominee of the year. You need to listen to me. Hey, but anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. All the best. with SASS and with a leader like Asafa, I know you're in the right direction and he lead you guys well. But thank you guys so much for being here. All the best. Anyway, he's Latrell Anthony. He's Asafa Donovan. You're watching the GN Sports Show. We'll be right back.
GN Sports Show.
And welcome back to the GN Sports Show. And in studio with us is Condell Maurice, coach of the SASS volleyball team, in our Champion Circle segment this evening. Good evening, Mr. Maurice.
Good evening, gentlemen, and good evening to the listeners.
Nice to have you here, Mr. Maurice. Well, 2-year volleyballers was up here. I hope you can match their energy.
I can't.
You
They've
can't?
done a really fantastic job.
Well, if they play the way, I guess maybe the way they wish they play, it comes from you.
It shows on the
All
court.
right, yeah,
it
all
shows.
right.
It shows. And it doesn't have to come from me. I'm quite happy as a coach to have it come from them.
All right.
That's leadership, and that is what I want to see. If I'm making a mistake as a coach, I'm happy to know you can fix it.
Let's start right there. The leader that you have in Asafa Donovan, he makes your work easier. Right?
I wouldn't have a male volleyball team without Asafa. Because he came over and everybody knew that he plays volleyball at a high level. A lot of the players wanted to play with him.
Okay. Even beginners like Latrell.
Yes, but Latrell is a highly skilled beginner.
Okay.
And most of our players are also very highly skilled. I have not seriously had time to coach them and work on their problems. Most of them, even Keldon, has been playing probably 4 or 5 months.
Keldon.
Yes, Keldon is one of our players.
And Geese?
Yes, Geese.
Okay.
Yes, so you know
Plays
that.
football as well?
He used to play football,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
He's very enthusiastic about it, but we have some technical issues that we have to work on. And Asafa knows all the statistics, who's playing, where they're playing. I'm not concerned about any of that because I want to see the basics correct first. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere.
Listen here. As I heard, I was talking to Irvin, the coordinator of schools volleyball, and he said the girls take a little while to catch on than the boys because the boys probably learn quicker. I don't know. What do you think?
Boys tend to be more athletic. Tend to be more willing to play. They tend to have more confidence. They don't necessarily have to worry too much about what people think about them. Those are things that hold the girls by a vice grip.
Oh.
And that's why it takes a while for them to catch on. Even today, we played, we lost. And I'm saying to them during the match, Chump, hit the ball over. I know you can do this. We've been training to do this. But the mentality, they hear you. They can't necessarily just react. And it's going to take a while. You have to have patience. Because they're not bad athletes. They're not bad people. They're just struggling right now with a small problem.
Listen, so I work just a stone's throw away from that indoor facility. And I hear the screams from my, so I always know when a girls' match is on. Because you will hear the screaming and so. So there's enthusiasm in them.
Yes.
But just not the
athleticism.
The ability.
Yes.
Okay.
It's bad for us as a region that we start so late. It's also bad for us as a region that we expect our smarter kids to just do the sciences and be the doctors and the lawyers when they can make a good living being sports persons. We have serious talent. Most of our West Indies cricketers start early, but in this region, we tend to have problems with, how do I say this? Motivation. Okay. And you have players who are good and they step up to the plate early as kids. And as they keep going up, they start reaching a level where everybody's praising them and the motivation starts to go away.
Shh. We can tell you about that in football. We can tell you about that in football, for sure.
I thought it's only in football. No, I don't really
in
dabble in other
almost
sport,
every sport. The only thing I can think of where that is not a huge problem is swimming.
Okay.
Right, but it's in almost every sport. It's a pleasure to see a young man like Asafa fighting so hard to make things happen.
Right.
So I'm the head coach,
right,
but he's the coach.
Okay.
I will step out of the way. I will let things happen, but we discuss a lot of things. We speak about a lot of things. We work together.
So let me ask you this question, because you're the head coach and he's the coach.
Yes.
Okay. And when it's going awry,
we speak. No, we speak because I'm right there. And then later on in the evening, we will speak too. We don't necessarily have to say a lot to each other because we kind of have a similar idea of what's going on.
Okay.
Right? But there's also a team goal. We don't want to be talking down to our players.
Right.
We don't want to be telling them, hey, focus on that problem so much and this and that. No, you made a mistake. We need you to learn to forget it. It's important to the way you react to the game. If you're focused on your basics, like your positioning, your ability to pass, your ability to set, your ability to hit, you know where the game is going to go and you're going to eventually learn it. Right? I think with our players, there's just not enough focus on the basics because we start very late.
Okay. So earlier would be
a lot better. Let me say one more thing. Congratulations to Coach Randy and the Volleyball Association for bringing up Asafa to be that type of individual. And I have to say a lot of it has to come from him too. But I'm very happy to see we produce people who understand that. I've had players in St. Lucia in the past who've been that way. I've lost one or two of them because, family think you're this, that person thinks you're this, that, and it becomes a problem. Now, if a player is coming at you as the coach and saying, I need this, you need to find a way to help that player out. I have also seen talented teams in Antigua, I'm not going to mention them, where the players are demanding more than what the association and the coaches can give. We need to find ways to help them understand the position of the association and the coaches and still try and help them find what they want. Because they're investing their time, they're investing their energy. I have to say, I haven't always been able to. My team has been very understanding. And we don't get down on each other. I don't want them trying. Because, again, I've seen so many teams across the Caribbean. You're playing a no-name team, Bermuda. You're up 20. 21.
Bermuda is a good team.
No, compared to our level, they're not. Okay. You're up 21. They get 2 points. The game is over. Because now our ego is hurt. We have to show that we can do it better than them, stronger than them, wiser than them. We don't have to. We're there. Just take the points, get it over with. We'll work them out another day.
Okay.
So just quickly, just give us a brief rundown on you and your volleyball, your history, how you got into volleyball. It might be a long story, just chop it,
Okay, I'll try and chop
it. Give us a brief version.
Yeah,
give us a brief version.
I'm St. Lucian, and I started volleyball in A level. I never played for the national side.
Okay.
But I became a teacher at St. Mary's College. One day I saw the PE teacher coming down the hill and he looked like he was so burdened with struggles. I said, I'll take the volleyball. One of my friends said they'll take the basketball. Another friend said they'll take the cricket, right? I won the volleyball tournament in my first year and my friend won the basketball and the cricket finished second, okay? After we won the tournament, I saw this man come up to me and he said, hey, write your name here. So I wrote my name down. And later on, I'm getting a call from the Ministry of Sports. You need to come down to have this meeting and stuff like that. Going to the ministry, there's the guy, don't know who he is. He introduces himself as Roberto Garcia, 3-time male volleyball world-time champion coach. So he came in from Cuba, ministry employed him. He, myself, and Elvin Germain and Kim Shalry, we were his understudies, right? And I won the next 2 years. I got my level 1 certification. We came to Antigua for the ECBA tournament. I think that was the first junior tournament. We won that tournament. And that team went on to Mexico. Okay? From that team, I think one of my players actually went as far as playing volleyball in Italy.
Nice. Okay.
I actually would wish the ECBA group would say, yes, we have an ECBA tournament. This team is our champion. These are our best players. Let's go with our best players. I don't care if they're one ECBA team. Okay. I don't care if they're from St. Louis, St. Vincent, Grenada, and no, carry that team. I want a chance to win a world championship.
Okay. So you can't do it like that?
The reason we couldn't participate before, if I remember correctly, was because we didn't have enough population. Okay. So by making it an ECBA group, they say, okay, we have the population for TV, so we can now take part. But why not go one step further?
Like West Indies, taking on the world.
Yeah.
With all of us coming
we
together.
have a better chance.
All right, so makes sense.
You're coaching SASS volleyball. How long have you been doing that?
I haven't been taking part in the tournaments, but I've been doing it recreationally with the kids for at least 12 years.
And you guys just decided to go in the league this year.
This one is the reason.
Oh, he brought you guys in.
I also think that our girls, though they are, I'll say, starters, beginners, and I think everybody needs to understand that most of those girls have not been training for more than 6, 7, 8 months. They are pretty good. I don't think they understand that yet. But in time, I think they will start to understand just how good they are. We've been losing some games because there are moments that their brain has not been fully adjusted to the sport yet.
Well, from how I feature SASS, I think SASS is up until like 5th form, and then it has like A levels or something like that, right? So even if you have kids that leave school, that finish at 5th form, they probably might come back, say you could have a continuation.
Yes, you can have a continuation.
Okay.
I would also say to the Volleyball Association, Latrell is not a SAS student, but he has joined us because his principal has allowed it. Our principal has allowed it, and the association has allowed it. I think that is a great thing.
Wait.
Or intermingling.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that is a great thing. Right now, I am not looking to say that SAS is just the winner. No, I want to see talented young people taking part, and I want to see the volleyball get better.
And some kind of development is happening.
No. So no, but I think that's a good thing, to be honest, because there's so much schools that don't participate, but they have talented sportsmen in all sporting arenas. Go to those schools, and even at Baptist, kids that go to Baptist for 5 years and they never participate in the school league. Only
not that they can't play.
Not that they can't play. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that should be allowed.
Finding these students too is also something that we should place more importance on.
Yeah, because there's a young lady from she goes to Pierce Secondary. Pierce don't have a football team, but she's playing with the national youth teams coming up.
And I think that is a wonderful thing.
And she don't play in the school league.
And she don't play in the school league. She can't play in the school league because Pierce don't have a team. And I'm thinking,
that's not right. You're hurting her development. You're also hurting the development of the others around her. They need to see her talent so they can know I can reach this level.
With her peer, yes. Yeah. That makes sense. But
I also want to stress to the players who play volleyball right now, the jump between where we are in Antigua and what's out there. So practice is very important. Basic skills, the pass, the set, the block, the attack. We have to get them better. We have to work harder at it. If a coach says, I need you to do 100 sit-ups and 100 this and 100 that, and then run and do 100 serves, we have to be able to get it. Because we're behind.
Is practice a problem in volleyball?
Like
practice, like getting them to come.
Getting them to do certain drills, yes. Because they always, as volleyballers, it doesn't matter what age you are, where you are, they always want to play.
No, but with the question is more attendance. Like, is the attendance decent?
At SAS is really good.
It's really good.
Okay. Is it because it's immediately after school, or?
Yes, immediately after school. I wish I had more time. That's one of the problems we have at SAS.
Okay. So, where do you see SAS volleyball going? After the first season of participation.
Can you go on the field? I'm just playing. Go ahead.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's a tough one.
I was just playing.
Asafa believes that he's going to go undefeated. I'm waiting to see as a coach. If we go, I will be extremely happy. Because it will be an achievement, right? Where do I see SAS volleyball? I think our girls are our future, and we have a lot of work to do with them. We're probably going to have to rebuild the male team because most of them are Form 5s, and we don't know where, because they have a lot of opportunities.
Right.
And a lot of them are multi-sport, just like Latrell. Okay. So they get to choose, I can do this, I can do that. But at least for the future, I'm seeing the girls, we have a good chance.
Well, it was nice having you here on the show with us, Mr. Maurice. It's a pleasure talking to you. I wish you and the SAS volleyballers, both male and female, all the best.
An undefeated season. That's what we wish for you guys. With the trophy, you can bring the trophy, put it on the desk, and talk for the entire interview.
Asaf will do all the talking.
All right. So thanks for coming again,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Maurice.
much.
And with that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the GN Sports Show.
GN Sports Show.
Hi, good afternoon. I am Alessandra Marcos and I'm representing St. Anthony's Secondary School, and I believe that this tough game was a great experience for us, a great lesson. It showcased our skills, it also showcased our mistakes that we can learn from in the future to come. And very controversial opinion, I believe that this game was a learning experience, and I'm happy for the other team in moving forward, and I hope everyone else for the best, and we will definitely be practicing and we will come stronger.
I'm Grace Hanna. I'm from St. Anthony's Secondary School, and I'm the captain of the volleyball team. It was a good game, but I think there were a lot of weak spots like service, communication, and blocking. Christ King was a really competitive school, and I never thought we would have got that far with the points, but I'm very happy that we played as good as we played today because I never thought that we would have done that good.
I'm Asafa Donovan. I am the coach for the girls volleyball team at SASS. So overall, the tournament has been good. So far, we've had some losses in the girls' part. They lost 3 games and they won 1. This game would have determined if they make it to playoffs. Speaking to the coordinator, based on the point system, then we'll know if they can make it to playoffs. But for right now, it's looking like they might not be in playoffs. I'm not disappointed with the girls. They're still very fresh. They lack a lot of confidence. I know that for a fact. They don't have a skill issue really. Based on their level right now, they're doing really well, but they don't believe in themselves as much as I want them to. And that's really the reason why, we're not getting successful right now. But overall, I'm not disappointed. I'm looking forward to the outcome of this tournament.
My name is Brianna Ellis. I go to the Christ King High School, and we just won our first game for the season. I believe that this season is going really well so far. There's a lot of competition. It's really heated. Also, it's really fun. I'd say that everybody's playing really well this year. I'd say there's a lot of improvement from a lot of people from last year. I'd also say that it's really promoting. It's really nice. I like the games. I like how it's going, and I hope we can get to the semifinals and win the entire season this year.
Good evening, my name is Coach Mo. I'm the coach of Christ King High School volleyball team, girls. So far in the tournament, I find my girls have done pretty well. They have improved over the tournament, more confident, more calm, show more composure. They also have improved mentally with the different skills and different execution as well. I believe the tournament went well this year for us. I'm not sure if we made it to the semi-finals, but I believe so. Today we had amazing comebacks, amazing rallies, amazing spikes, and I just say we got it.
We would like to thank the sponsors of Generation Next, Fruta, Antigua Masonry Products, Citizenship by Investment Unit, ACT, Flow, Island Photo, and Francis Trading Agency.
Welcome back to the GN Sports Show. Our doc is in the house. Dr. Rick joins us again to talk about an important part of life, human life, sleep. Dr. Rick, and of course, sleep's impact on the athletes' performance at every age level. Dr. Rick, thank you so much for being here with us.
How are you? Very nice, very nice. Okay. Yeah, sleep is very important.
All right, sleep.
Sleep, yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sleep.
Yeah, and...
So what is sleep? Is sleep
closing the eyes,
closing your eyes, and resting. What is it? And resting. And what is it? What do we need it for?
Re-energize.
Re-energize, rejuvenate, rebuild the brain, rebuild the cells. During sleep, the cells actually rebuild themselves. There are things like organelles. You heard of the mitochondria? Hey, what are the mitochondria inside cells? Especially in the brain. What are they used for?
I don't need my textbook that. And not this.
I just do.
I don't do so well in my textbook that. I don't need textbook.
Powerhouse of the cell. It makes the 3 letters. What 3 letters? What 3-letter chemical does it make? That energizes our cell. That gives us the energy. ATP. There you go. ATP. Think about the STP you put in your car.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Gas treatment.
Think of STP, but change it to ATP, the gas treatment. So anyway, yes, So we rebuild the mitochondria and the nucleus and the other parts of the cell that you learned about in high school, right? In biology. And we get rid of all of the metabolites from the day. Now, what are metabolites? Well, you took in sugar, and the brain uses sugar. You know, the brain doesn't use fats. Do you remember that? That the brain does not use fats. The muscle, the heart, the liver, all the other organs use a combination of sugar and fats.
Okay.
And what's the main sugar in the body? Starts with a G?
Glucose.
Glucose, there you go. And so, that's fine. But the brain can only use the sugar, glucose.
You gotta give me a little chance before you come with them questions. You gotta never mind warm up a bit.
Anyway, so the brain uses the glucose, and now the glucose gets broken down into all kinds of metabolites, and the brain has to build proteins and has to break them down and do all kinds of stuff with the tissues to rebuild it during the night, right? And clear out all those metabolites, all those toxic metabolites. How does it do it? The brain doesn't have its own urinary system. You know, like we can get rid of toxins through our urine and through our stool. Remember what stool is?
Yes.
We don't like to talk about it too much, but yeah, okay.
You gotta buy that one.
But yes, but the brain has a system of nerve glue. They're called glia cells, nerve glue. And the nerve glue holds the nerve cells together and supports them. And one of the most important things they do is clear out the toxic metabolites. Clear them out and break them down. So, you heard of Alzheimer's disease?
Yes.
It's a neurodegenerative disease. Neurodegenerative means the brain is degenerating. And why does it degenerate? Because those toxic metabolites that I'm talking about, that the kids, not just kids, adults, everybody, even newborn babies, have to clear when they get to go to sleep. The nerve glue clears it for them, right? That those toxic metabolites build up. We give it a name, it's called amyloid protein. It builds up and it destroys the brain. It destroys the nerve cells. So we all have it, but we clear it. But when you get older, you don't clear it as well. And think of all the years, basically, based on my age, I've been accumulating all these metabolites for 80 years. Come on. You know, yours
are being cleared down.
Well, that's true.
Yours are being cleared.
That's why I come here, to sharpen my brain, to keep it sharp. I have to remember all this stuff I'm telling you. You see? And so that if it doesn't get cleared by the nerve glue, then it builds up. And so, by the way, as a sidelight for this, since you like me to talk about things that you don't usually know, do you think it makes any difference how you sleep? In other words, on your front, that is on your belly, or on your back, or on your side, for how effective you are at clearing the metabolites at night? And I'm not just talking about adults, kids too.
Just as you asking the question, there must be.
That's right.
There's no way you're going to ask the question and it isn't.
So, what do you think? Belly, back, side on the left, side on the right. What do you think? How do you sleep?
I sleep on my back.
I don't think I can sleep if I lay like this. I look in the ceiling.
But let's stick with just the clearing of the metabolites.
Yeah, sorry.
Because we said if these metabolites build up and you don't clear them very well, right? The brain isn't as sharp.
Right.
So now I have to choose between you two as to who might have the sharpest brain, and is it correlated with how you're sleeping? You get it? It's like a cute experiment.
Yeah, we get it, but don't experiment that.
You don't want to hear it?
No, because
you know the answer.
I just feel it. I just feel like I'm in the wrong here.
Actually, You're the one who's in the right. That's why I want you to go to medical school. Yes, sleeping on your back, you clear it faster, you clear it more effectively. So you got to stop, and you'll become as smart as he is. Okay. Someday, if you start sleeping on your back, you might be as smart as he is. Now you'll never be as good looking as he is.
Okay.
But at least you'll be as smart as he is.
I sleep on my back because I have no belly, you know that.
So keep sleeping on your back.
Okay. I sleep on my back though.
And this question, because
so that's one of the main things we do during sleep.
And they always say you should get 6 to 7 hours. Does that matter?
Sure, it matters. Sure, it matters. Yes, because if
with the clearing.
Yeah, with the clearing of the brain.
Yes, it does. Because we don't clear these metabolites all through the night. We see, sleep is a structured process. You have to go through different stages. You're actually
light sleep.
That's
sleep.
now you got. See, you're ready for medical school.
No, watch tell me that.
Yes. And then you go through a dreaming stage we call REM. What does REM stand for?
REM?
REM.
I have no idea though.
When you're dreaming, your eyes are doing this.
Yeah.
Rapid eye movement.
Okay.
Rapid eye movement sleep. That's when you're
We're
dreaming.
learning things here without.
Yeah. And you do that about every hour and a half in the beginning for about 45 minutes. But then as the night goes on, it gets less and less. But that's not when you're rejuvenating the brain. That's when the brain is really working. Your brain is really working when you're trying to rebuild those memories from the day, or not necessarily from the day. Could be from long ago. You're remembering things. And that's what dreams are all about. You see? So those dreams, your brain is really working during that REM stage of sleep. But I'm talking about clearing the metabolites from the day when? In the deep sleep. The deep is called slow wave sleep, and that happens in the beginning. That happens in the beginning. So the first period before you go into the dream stage, you're clearing everything out. You're cleaning the brain. You're rejuvenating the brain. Now, it happens later too, but the main place is in the beginning. Well, because, we forgot a big thing that happens during that slow wave sleep. When growth hormone is being made, when you're clearing out all the debris from the day, the metabolites, the toxins. Very important that when that happens, there's something else that's happening too. Memory. You're consolidating your memories of the day.
You're storing it?
Storing it. You're storing it. And so if you don't consolidate those memories, and they're part of your brain called the hippocampus, sounds like hippopotamus because it actually looks a little bit like a hippopotamus. The hippocampus that stores your memories in short-term memory. But now, when you sleep properly, gets consolidated into long-term memory, including the motor skills that you're learning. All of those memories. You see? So, come on. It's a no-brainer that
That's
people
why-
need enough sleep.
That's why when you go home and you forgot to do something at work, you be, oh shoot, I forgot to do that.
Yeah.
That's what that part, when you're storing it into the consolidated memory part.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. So,
but it's during sleep that's happening.
Yeah.
Now, what do you remember from a previous show that we said happens during that period, besides clearing out this debris? We'll call it debris in the brain. What happens when we go to sleep, when we're in that deep, rejuvenating stage of sleep? Do we grow? Hint. That's the hint. Do we grow?
I would think
Do we
so.
grow?
I would
And
think
why
so.
do we grow? Is there a hormone called growth hormone that gets secreted then? That's when growth hormone is made and pours out into the blood and then circulates all over the body to your muscles and builds your muscles. So people think that you're building your muscles when you're training. No, you're building your muscles at night when you're sleeping. So kids who sleep a lot are going through growth spurts. And so, don't call them lazy bums. Let them sleep. Don't wake them up. Let them sleep. Right? Or if that doesn't happen and you wake them up, if you don't listen to me, their peers, when they go to school, will be calling them shorty because they're not growing. That was a joke.
Tell me never went to that. Tell me never went to that.
I was about to tell you, maybe I got a lot of sleep.
Well, you must have. Well, whatever it did, it worked for you. Right?
So Doc, so let me say you're supposed to sleep 6 to 7 hours or 7.
Hold on. Let's get it clear. So the American Association of Pediatrics, what do they recommend? Kids from the age of 6 to 12, 10 to 12 hours.
10 to 12.
So the younger you are, the more sleep you need.
Okay.
Because why? You're growing the most, aren't you?
Right.
Aren't
That's
you?
the growing period coming up as a kid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
6 to 12. 12 to 18, instead of 10 to 12, we drop it down to 8 to 10. Now, I tend to like recommending the high end of both of those. Basically, 12 hours for the younger kids and 10 hours for the older kids, the adolescents.
Right.
Now, what are the problem with adolescents? So kids are night owls, so they're shifting toward later melatonin. You see? And so they tend to stay up later. Well, what's the problem with that? What's the problem if an adolescent stays up later? Now he's got to get up at the same time for school. And now he's cutting down on his what? Hours of sleep. There you go. He's going to have less growth hormone. Going to have less clearing of this. And it's going to lead to problems. Anxiety, emotional problems maybe from not getting enough sleep. How about his athletic performance?
Yeah, that definitely will be affected.
Accuracy, skill building, focus, concentration. You lose, right?
Right.
By the way, you got a lot of adolescents you're coaching, right?
Yes.
So I tend to err on the side of more
than
sleep.
less.
Yeah, more than less. And it's the problem is when they don't get it. What happens? Well, they're not making enough growth hormone, maybe. You're giving it more opportunity to make that growth hormone, even though it's right in the beginning. So what's the problem for adolescents? That's what I was bringing up.
Yeah.
I almost lost my train of thought
Yeah.
and thought I had Alzheimer's, but I don't. So I came back to it. So the idea is, what's the problem that adolescents have? They're night owls. Most adolescents, especially if they're schooled and they're conscientious about their schoolwork, they stay up late at night. Well, actually, that's very physiological. Let me tell you why. There's a hormone that puts us to sleep. What's it called? Starts with an M. Melatonin.
Oh, yes.
And you can buy it at the drugstore.
Yes. No, because in China,
Oh?
they said, go and get the melatonin. And I was like, what's
For
that?
jet lag.
Yeah, for jet lag. And,
Yes.
the time zone and so on. And
Yeah.
I went and got that.
I put it this way.
Yeah,
So you had time zone problem.
yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you by the way, when you have jet lag, your phases, your sleep-wake cycles, they shift.
Okay.
And it's the melatonin that's making the shift. Because the melatonin is our biological clock. It comes from a part of the brain called the pineal gland, or pineal gland, P-I-N-E-A-L. Okay? So this melatonin, so here's the melatonin story. Did you ever see at Jabberwock Beach Road red lights?
Yep.
At night? Over by AUA and over by Casanova and those places?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Why we have the red lights there?
It says the turtles.
It's the turtles. But what about the turtles? The turtles need their melatonin to lay their eggs.
Like an incubator.
Well, in the sand. But if you have bright lights, street lights there, then there's a lot of blue light in the street light. Like all these lights in here,
Right.
a lot of blue light. Computer light, blue light. In other words, what we call mixtures of bright light, sunlight, has a lot of blue in it. Okay? And what did God do about blue? God made blue to keep us awake. And what does it do to melatonin? Boing. It inhibits the synthesis of melatonin.
Okay.
And your computers, your TVs.
Yeah, I remember the last time you were talking about the TV light.
Yes, exactly.
Now, back to my question there.
Yes.
I get over at 11.
Yes.
Start working at 2:30. Don't fall asleep until 1:30.
So you're talking about 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, 11 p.m. 11 p.m. at night.
Okay.
And I won't fall asleep until 1:30.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're a night owl.
Yeah.
Like the adolescent.
No, but that's work really.
Oh yeah, yes, of course. But you're forced to do that. So that's called shift work. Same problem with nurses, first responders, firemen, policemen, people who have to work at night. They shift their timing and they have problems sometimes. So for example, tell you what the biggest problem. By the way, I published an article on this a couple of years ago. We studied firefighters in California. And we studied their diurnal or daily rhythms for their hormones, their stress hormones, circadian rhythm. And what controls this rhythm of their hormones, their stress hormones? The melatonin. The melatonin. So we studied it. And you know what we found about the firefighters in California who were on shift work? So there were some that were not on shift work, had administrative duties, and they had a constant routine of normal 8 to 5 kind of day.
Right.
But the others who were on shift work, what did we find about them? Big waistlines, big bellies. Let me see. Can you pinch more than an inch?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, there you go. So that's the price you're paying. That's one of the prices you're paying.
Can you pinch more than an inch, Doc?
Can I? No, just an inch. If I pinch right here, it's just look, it's just an inch.
All right.
Right? Just an inch. And you
I probably pinch a
quarter of an inch. So we found these firefighters, they were all obese and they have big waistlines. Now, if you think back when I used to work in the hospitals all night and I look at the nurses, some of the nurses were very slim and looked good, but not the majority of them who were on the shift work. Most of the nurses had big waistline too. So everybody gets this big waistline because the stress hormone called cortisol, remember we talked about that before, forces you to make more belly fat.
The person that works all day and goes home to sleep don't have that period
stress.
That don't have that period of the blinking, whatever. You're tired, you went and sit down, and you're dozing at that time. Do they go through the same process of the blinking, the clearing out part before deep sleep? Because
they do, but the sleep architecture, the phases are off. Are off. They're different. So there are normal phases. In other words, normal architecture would be you go into deep sleep for the first 90 minutes. That's when the kids are what? Making growth hormone. That's when the brain is rejuvenating the most. Right? Now, if they're night owls, they don't go into that deep sleep right away. See? That's the phase shift you're talking about.
Okay.
If they're night owls or if they're shift workers, they're not going to have that full 90 minutes of deep, slow wave sleep
that's what
before they go into the REM, rapid eye movement sleep, where they're dreaming.
Okay.
By the way, an interesting thing is if you deprive kids of the REM sleep, if they don't get enough REM sleep, not just kids, adults too, they have emotional problems and they develop psychosis. They actually can become psychotic. In other words, they can start hallucinating and doing all kinds of things that are associated with serious neuropsychiatric diseases. So we have to really be careful about making sure our kids are getting enough of those hours so they get enough of that REM sleep to keep their emotional brain healthy so they don't become psychotic, right? So instead of doing that, they're going to now have their structure changes. We call it architecture of sleep. It's not always just the hours of sleep. It's getting the right architecture. So let's say a kid is a night owl. He stays up late. He's doing his homework. He can't fall asleep easily, just like you're saying about yourself, right? And now he doesn't get the full hour, or he does get the full 10 hours. Still, his architecture could be abnormal. That means he's not getting enough of that slow wave sleep for rejuvenation and growth hormone and clearing out the debris. He may actually be spending more time than usual in REM sleep, dreaming, and less time in the rejuvenating sleep. We don't know. It's very individualistic. But all these things can happen, and we don't know until we do a sleep study on them. But you don't have to do a sleep study, parents, because you can look at your child's or your adolescent's behaviors. If their behaviors are changing and they're not sleeping properly, now it's time to get them some good sleep hygiene. So what's good sleep hygiene? You want to tell me? When you go to sleep, what do you do?
When I go to sleep, I cover.
Yes, you cover up. Good. And you know why you're covering? No, great answer.
Cover.
No, it's a great answer.
I go to cover.
His answer is very physiological. That's why I want you to go to medical school.
I cover.
Let me tell you why you cover up. Because you're cold. Actually, the best inducer of sleep is a drop in your body temperature. So if somebody goes and exercises right before they want to go to sleep and gets all aroused, and gets all excited, it's harder for them to fall asleep. In general, it's harder for them to fall asleep. Best thing, if you're going to exercise 2-3 hours before and give your body time to recover, and then your body temperature will drop. And it's the drop in body temperature that stimulates the sleep. So you're cold. That's why you're covering up.
I have one fan down. The fan is never off.
Well, the fan, you mean the air conditioner or just the fan?
The fan.
Okay, well.
It's never off that.
I know, but that doesn't necessarily indicate what's going on inside you in the body temperature.
But I naturally have a cold temperament, really, usually, though. Hands and I just be in the sun and my hands just be cold.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what is because in that.
Well, I'll diagnose you. Don't worry. We'll give you a very.
I've been avoiding that.
I'm sure it's nothing that a very expensive operation would not fix.
I don't want it fixed, dog.
Oh,
I'm all right with it, dog. I'm all right with it.
Okay, I know. Let me feel you. Oh, heck, he's right. You're like a fish.
Yeah. So tomorrow,
like a cold fish.
I'm gonna Ricky touch me
Let me
tomorrow.
feel you.
Let
me feel you.
Oh,
you're warm.
Yeah, my hands are always cold. I don't know why.
Okay.
That's ever since I was a kid. I just be playing 90 minutes of football. My hands will still be cold.
Okay, good. So it's the drop in body temperature. Now there's hormones in the brain that follow that. You see? So that will put you to sleep. And for example, for kids that are abnormal or have some medical problems, their brains might be inflamed. You know, when our body is sick, we get inflammation. Your brain can have inflammation. When your brain has inflammation, it puts out chemicals just like when your body's inflamed. You might itch, or you might have hives, or you might have a red skin, or a blushing of the skin, or changing color in the skin from vasodilation, from dilation of the blood vessels. Okay. Too much blood flow to the skin. You can have too much blood flow to the brain. And the chemical that makes that happen is called histamine. And did you ever take an antihistamine?
Yes.
Puts you to sleep. It's a sleep medication. It can put you to sleep. You can use it as a sleep medication, antihistamine, because it's blocking the histamine receptors, keeps you awake. So a kid who, let's say, is overexcited, overstimulated, might have some brain inflammation and making a lot of histamine that keeps them awake. So there's all kinds of things going on, but it's the drop in body temperature that physiologically will put you to sleep, and then that triggers the melatonin and all of that stuff.
All right.
So be careful with the kid who's the night owl.
An athlete at peak performance.
Yes.
Sleep has to be a part of that.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. So if you deprive athletes of sleep or they don't get enough sleep, and by the way, before a test match, before a competition, Sometimes they're very what? Vigilant, hyper vigilant about it. They have anxiety about it. They're thinking about it too much, and they don't sleep. And so it affects their performance. So what do you do as a coach? Well, if you're traveling with this team, do you ever travel with your teams? You guys ever travel places?
Yes.
Well, you got to have a curfew. You got to check that they're in bed and they're not fooling around and they're actually going to sleep and getting enough sleep before the match. Remember you told me you had this important match with your
National team.
National team? Well, ages 6 to 12, 10 hours of sleep. The low end would be, right, how much?
8.
No, the 10 is the low end. The low end would be 10, and the high
12,
end would be 12.
Also
Right?
10 to 12.
10 to 12. That's
6
the
to
low
12
end.
years old.
6 to 12 years old.
Okay.
And now 12 to 18, what's the range?
8 to 10.
8 to 10. See, it's easy to remember. The low end is 8, the high end is 10.
What do you recommend the high end?
I recommend the high end, and if a kid is 12 to 18 and he's sleeping 12 hours, let him sleep. He's making a lot of growth hormone, and who knows, we might see him in the NBA. Right?
Yep.
Or the EPL.
Or EPL. What's the EPL?
English Premier League.
Oh, okay, good. Very good. And he'll get a scholarship through
Now he get a contract.
GN Sports.
Yeah, he get a contract.
Contract.
And make some money.
Got it. So yes, so number one is make sure they get enough sleep. The next thing is make sure they're also well fed. Oh, we forgot an important part. Iron. Iron's a very important part of sleep. So iron is important for making some of the hormones that put us to sleep, including the melatonin pathway. Iron is not just for carrying oxygen in the brain. Iron plays a big role as a cofactor for a lot of enzymes that are making these metabolites and for clearing the metabolites. So if a kid has anemia or is not getting enough iron in his diet, where do we get iron from? Meat, poultry, eggs, some vegetables. But we have to have a lot of iron, not just to carry oxygen for the hemoglobin that we talked about before, but now the brain needs iron too for other factors, which include sleep and clearing the debris. Okay? So make sure they have good nutrition. Make sure that they have a lot of iron in their diet, adequate iron. Oh, and by the way, the blood test for iron that we usually give is to measure the hemoglobin. And most important, that you structure their sleep time with the least amount of blue light in the room. If you gotta have a light, make it a red one. You know why? Because the red light filters out the blue. Because it's the blue that's inhibiting the melatonin. The red does not inhibit the melatonin. In fact, the red light stimulates the melatonin. And some people who have insomnia and can't sleep, they wear red goggles.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to structure their night so they're not having a lot of activity before sleep time. So give them time for their body temperature to drop. If they have to take a hot shower, if they take their showers and bathe at night in hot water or warm water, guess what? Don't do it right before bedtime. Do it an hour and a half before to allow their body temperature to drop. If they're having trouble going to sleep, again, we can overdo it. There are some kids and some people who can overcome all this. Despite doing everything wrong, they still sleep fine. Well, leave them alone. Okay?
Those are the special people.
Yes, special people like you. So, parents, pay attention to your child's sleep hygiene, and if you see that they're having performance problems, emotional problems, school problems, relationship problems, whatever the problems are, think about sleep as being a possible contributor. How does that sound?
Fantastic.
You like that one?
Absolutely fantastic.
Right?
Great.
Okay, good.
It's always a pleasure listening to you. Although I don't really remember much of it, no fault of my own. No fault of my own. I don't get that sleep.
I don't believe that.
Get that sleep.
I don't believe that because you are sleeping all the right way on the back. Remember?
I sleep on
debris, and he's the one that wouldn't remember. He's sleeping on his belly.
You see, when I'm sleeping on my back, I'm thinking about all kind of things, Doc. So you know.
Oh, I see.
But you know, nice having you, Doc. Always informative. I hope the parents take some of these things or all of these things that you have said into consideration. I'm pursuing a international coaching career later on in the next 2 or 3 years. I'm waiting for Ricky to get me into that door, and these things that you're telling me is going to help me to be a better coach. You know, I'm already a fantastic football coach.
I'm sure
but,
you are.
know, knowing the mental side and how to monitor these players and the things that they should and shouldn't do and they can, and you know the things that make them take over is always insightful as a coach, because a lot of us think just going and setting down cones and doing drills is it. But if you have the medical side or the physical side, just a little bit of it.
And you can educate the kids and educate the parents about sleep.
Of course.
And when you go on a trip, do your bed checks.
You know, I can sleep during the day, so I can do the bed checks at night, because I had to get my sleep to that. But thanks for coming once again, Doc. It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you next week for sure on another exciting topic. Yeah. So, and with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with the GN Sports Show.
Well, that concludes our show this evening. Another episode of the GN Sports Show. Hope you enjoyed it.
Exciting and informative. Do looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a good evening.
Have a look at this riveting interview with Benevoi's Under-20 captain Keontae George, featured on the brand new sports show It's Just Sports with Terry Andrew. To watch the full interview, click on the YouTube link above or in the video description below.
Lace up those shoes, it's time to show the world what you can do. On the GN Sports Show, you'll find your light with every step.